Dear students, Namaste, good morning to you all, and also welcome to another session of our mathematics class. In the previous session, we have discussed question number 1 to 9 from exercise 9.1. Hope you have revised well. In today's session, we shall discuss the remaining problems from exercise 9.1. Let's move on to the topic. Angle of elevation. Suppose if we want to observe an object which is above our head, we must raise our head. For example, a boy who is standing on the ground observes an aeroplane which is flying in the sky. Here, the horizontal level goes this way. Horizontal level we have already discussed, the line which is parallel to the ground and passing through the eye of the observer. And the line of sight goes this way. The line of sight also we have discussed. It is a line connecting the eye of the observer and the point on the object. Here, angle of elevation means angle between the horizontal level and the line of sight. So, the angle of elevation of an object viewed is the angle formed by the line of sight with the horizontal when the object is above the horizontal. Remember this word, above the horizontal. Angle of elevation will be formed when the object is above the horizontal, or simply if you say that when the object is above our eye level. The next term we have to discuss is angle of depression. So if an object is below our head or below our eye level, we must lower our head to see that particular object. Here, a boy who is on the top of a building observes a basketball which is on the ground. His line of sight goes this way. This is the line of sight, and the horizontal level is like this. Horizontal level, we know that it is a line parallel to the ground and passing through the eye of the observer. And here also the definition is same, the angle between the horizontal level and the line of sight, provided the object is below the head or below the eye level, or simply if we say below the horizontal level. So the angle of depression of an object viewed is the angle formed by the line of sight with the horizontal when the object is below the horizontal. So here you must remember the word below the horizontal. So angle of depression will be formed when the object is below the horizontal, and angle of elevation will be formed when the object is above the horizontal. Next we shall discuss question number 10. The question is, two poles of equal heights are standing opposite each other on either side of the road, which is 80 meter wide. From a point between them on the road, the angles of elevation of the top of the poles are 60 degree and 30 degree respectively. Find the height of the poles and the distance of the point from the poles. Here it is given to you in the question, two poles of equal heights are standing opposite each other on either side of the road. There is a road, and on opposite side of the road there are two poles of equal heights. Let's visualize it. Two poles which are mentioned here or shown here in red lines, and the road is in black line. So two poles are on the opposite side of the road. This is a road, and opposite side of the road is this one is one pole, and here is the position of another pole. And the length of the road is given to you 80 meter. From a point between them on the road, the angle of elevation of top of poles are 60 degree and 30 degree. Means a person is standing in between the road at a particular distance, and at that point he is looking at the top of the first pole, and he is looking at the top of the second pole also. The angle of elevations are given to you 60 degree and 30 degree. The person is standing here and looking at this pole at an angle of 60 degree, and the same person standing at the same point and looking at the top of the second pole at an angle of 30 degree. Here angle of elevation is mentioned because he is looking at the top, means the object is above the eye level, so that's why it is called angle of elevation. We have to find the height of the poles and the distance of the point from the poles. Means this red line length we have to calculate. Also we have to find out these distances. Means this person is at which distance from first pole, and also we have to find out the person's distance from the second pole, means this length. Let's mark it. AB and CD are the poles which are having equal in length, and O is the person's position between or on the road. And here let AB and CD be the poles and O is the point from where the angle of elevations are measured. Means AB and CD we have mentioned before, they are representing the poles, and the position at this point or the point O is the position of the person from where he is looking at the top of the poles. Let's take the first triangle ABO. In triangle ABO, with respect to this angle 60 degree, AB is the opposite side and BO is the adjacent side. AB is the required length and BO is given as. BO separately is not given, but BO and OD together length is given 80 meter. So BO also useful for us. So with respect to this angle, this is O, AB is O and BO is A. O by A relation is tan. So AB by BO is equal to tan 60. Here AB is also unknown, BO also unknown. So same quantity we can write AB by BO is equal to tan 60 is familiar for us. It is root 3. Then from here BO we can calculate because BO is useful for us. When we add BO and OD, we will get 80 meter. BO is equal to, just interchange this BO and root 3. Root 3 will come to BO's position and BO will go back to root 3's position. So BO is equal to AB by root 3. In another triangle, that is in triangle CDO, CD by DO is equal to tan 30. Here also tan ratio we are going to use because CD is a required length and OD we want. So opposite by adjacent with respect to this 30 degree angle, that is tan ratio CD by DO. That is equal to CD by DO is equal to tan 30 is 1 by root 3. Here CD and DO are unknown for us. From here DO we can calculate. As I said before, BO and OD if we add, we will get 80 meter. So let's calculate DO. DO is equal to CD root 3, cross multiplication. DO into 1 is DO, CD into root 3 is CD root 3. So DO is equal to CD root 3. Then we can add BO and DO because BO and DO together we are having 80 meter. So BO plus DO is equal to, let's substitute it, BO value that is AB by root 3, DO value is CD root 3, it's mentioned here. That is equal to BO plus DO is equal to AB by root 3 plus this CD is replaced by AB because it is given to you in the question two poles of equal heights are standing opposite each other. So two poles of equal heights means AB's height and CD's height are same. So here CD is replaced and substituted AB. Then DO plus BO is 80 meter. From the diagram we can write. Then from these two we can take AB common. If you take AB common, the first term AB going out means 1 by root 3 will be coming, plus second term AB going out means root 3 will be coming. That is equal to 80 equal to AB plus here 1 plus taking root 3 as common LCM. That means root 3 we have to multiply it with this root 3. So root 3 into root 3 is 3. 1 plus 3 by common denominator is root 3. That is 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 into AB. 4AB is equal to this root 3 can be multiplied with 80. Cross multiplication. That is 80 into root 3 is 80 root 3. Then AB is equal to this 80 divided by 4. 80 divided by 4 is 20. So 20 root 3 is the length of AB or the height of the pole. Then BO we can calculate because we need one more quantity to calculate. Find the height of the pole. We calculated the distance of the point from the poles. That is what we need to calculate now. Distance of the point from the poles is O is the point. That means BO also we need to calculate. DO also we need to calculate. So BO we calculated. That is BO is equal to, here AB by root 3 is the value. So AB we have got 20 root 3. So 20 root 3 by 3. Here root 3 can be cancelled. We will get BO is equal to 20. Then we have to go for calculating DO. That is DO is equal to, here it is CD root 3. So CD and AB are same length. So CD can be replaced and put 20 root 3. So 20 root 3 into root 3, that is DO is equal to 20 into 3, that is equal to 60. So DO is equal to 60. We have calculated all the required values, so let's write the conclusion. Therefore, the height of the pole is 20 root 3 and the point is 20 meter and 60 meter from the poles. So distance of the point O from B is BO, that is 20 meter, and distance of the point O from the point D is DO, that is 60 meters. Next, we shall discuss question number 11. The question is, a TV tower stands vertically on a bank of a canal. From a point on the other bank directly opposite the tower, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower is 60 degree. From another point 20 meter away from this point, on the line joining this point to the foot of the tower, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower is 30 degree. Find the height of the tower and the width of the canal. Let's go through the question once again. A TV tower stands vertically on a bank of a canal. There is a canal and there are two banks, and in one bank there is a TV tower, and another bank a person is standing, and he is looking at the top of the TV tower at an angle of 60 degree, and from that point he is moving backward 20 meter and he is reaching a particular position, and at that particular position he is looking at the top of the tower at an angle of 30 degree. We have to find out the height of the tower and the width of the canal. Let's visualize it. There is a canal and there are two banks. This is one bank and this one is another bank. And at one bank means here there is a TV tower. And a person is standing just opposite of the TV tower, which is on the another bank of the canal. Means a person is standing somewhere here. He is looking at the top of the TV tower at an angle of 60 degree. And from here he has to move backward 20 meter. Moving forward is not possible because moving forward means he will end up inside the canal. So he has to move backward, and he moved 20 meter, this distance, blue distance, and at this point the angle of elevation is changing from 60 to 30 degree. Means at this point he is looking at the top of the tower at an angle of 30 degree. We have to find out height of this tower and width of this canal. So let's make it in triangular form. So AB is the tower and BC be the canal, and CD is the distance in which the person is moved, and the angle of elevations are marked 60 degree and 30 degree. Let AB be the height of the tower and CD be the width of the canal. AB is the tower and BC is the width of the canal. Let's take triangle ABC first. In triangle ABC, here with respect to this angle 60 degree, AB is opposite and BC is adjacent. O by A relation, that is AB by BC is equal to tan 60. Angle is 60 degree here. Both AB and BC are unknown for us, so AB by BC is equal to root 3. From here BC we can calculate just like the previous question. BC is equal to AB by root 3. Then in triangle ABD, the bigger triangle, here also with respect to 30 degree angle, this is opposite and BD is adjacent. So relation is tan 30 is equal to AB by BD. From here AB divided by BD we can split. This total length BD we can split as BC plus CD. Just split it BC plus CD. Tan 30 value is 1 by root 3. That is cross multiply it. BC plus CD is equal to AB into root 3. That is AB root 3. Then AB by root 3 plus length of CD is given to us. Length of CD is 20. And BC we have already calculated, that is AB by root 3. So just substitute that one, AB by root 3. And CD from the diagram we can write 20. So that is written here 20 is equal to AB by root 3. That is 20 is equal to this AB by root 3 we can bring to the right side. That is AB root 3 minus AB by root 3. Then from these two we can take AB common. AB common taking outside means first term there is a root 3 balance, and in the second term there is 1 by root 3 balance. So root 3 minus 1 by root 3, AB is outside, equal to on the left hand side there is 20. That is AB into, let's take root 3 as common LCM. Root 3 into root 3, that is 3 minus 1 divided by root 3 equal to 20. That is AB into 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 by root 3 equal to 20. That is AB is equal to cross multiply 20 into root 3. That is 20 root 3. This 2 will come as denominator. So 20 root 3 by 2. That is AB is equal to 10 root 3. AB we have got. AB is the height of the tower. So height of the tower is 10 root 3 meter. Then BC we can go for calculation. That is BC is AB by root 3. Then BC is equal to AB. AB is 10 root 3. We have calculated here 10 root 3 divided by root 3. Root 3 cancelled. That is equal to 10. So both we have got AB, height of the tower also we got, BC, width of the canal also we have got as 10 meters. So let's go for conclusion. Therefore, the height of the tower is 10 root 3 meter and the width of the canal is 10 meter. Next, we shall discuss question number 12. The question is, from the top of a 7 meter high building, the angle of elevation of the top of a cable tower is 60 degree and the angle of depression of its foot is 45 degree. Determine the height of the tower. Here, there is a person standing on the top of a building which is 7 meter high. At that point, he is looking at the top of a cable tower at an angle of elevation 60 degree. And at the same point, he is looking at the foot of the tower at an angle of depression 45 degree. After reading the question, you must evaluate the heights of these two buildings. You must compare which one is higher. Means a person is standing on the top of a building. At the top of the building, again mention the angle of elevation. Means from that point, if the person is looking up, means cable tower must be taller than the building. Cable tower must be taller than the building. Let's visualize it. A person is standing here, that is on top of a building. This is a building. And another one is a tower. Green line represents the tower. The person is standing here and looking at the top of the tower. Looking at the top of the tower at an angle of elevation 60 degree. And at the same point, he is looking at the foot of the tower at an angle of depression 45 degree. This is angle of depression because the object is below the eye of the observer. So let's complete the diagram and let's label it A, B, C, D and E. AB represents the building and CD represents the cable tower. And the angle here which is marked 45 degree because this is the line of sight and this is the ground level. So the line of sight and the ground level is parallel always. So these two angles are alternate angles because these two lines are parallel. There is an Z formation angle here. So they are alternate angles. This 45 and this 45 are equal. That is A, D, B must be 45 degree. Then there is a height is mentioned. Height of the building 7 meter. From the diagram, this is 7 meter means ED also 7 meter. Let's assume let AB be a building and CD be the cable tower. AB be the building and CD be the cable tower. In triangle ABD, with respect to this angle 45 degree, this is opposite side and BD is adjacent. So O by A relation is tan. So AB by BD is equal to tan 45. That is AB we know the height, that is 7 meter, by BD is unknown, is equal to 1. When you cross multiply it, BD into 1 is BD is equal to 7 meter. Then BD 7 meter means AE also 7 meter. From the diagram it is visible here BD and AE. So BD 7 meter means AE also 7 meter. So that is what it is mentioned, AE 7 meter. Then in triangle ACE, with respect to this angle 60 degree, this is opposite and this is adjacent. Again relation is tan. CE by AE is equal to tan 60. Then we substitute it. CE by AE length we know that is 7 meter. So CE by 7 is equal to root 3. Tan 60 value is root 3. From here CE we can calculate. CE is equal to 7 root 3 meter. Here we need to determine the height of the tower. That is CD is the height. CD is the height in the sense CE and ED together it is CD. So ED we know that is 7 meter. CE we have already calculated, that is 7 root 3 meter. If you add these two, we will get the height of the tower. So CD is equal to CE plus ED. CE plus ED. That is CE we know that it is 7 root 3 and ED we know that it is 7. Then here if you want you can take 7 as common, or else you can just simply keep as it is. So here I am keeping as it is. The height of the cable tower is 7 root 3 plus 7 meter. Hope it is clear. Now let's discuss question number 13. As observed from the top of a 75-meter high lighthouse from the sea level, the angles of depression of two ships are 30° and 45°. If one ship is exactly behind the other on the same side of the lighthouse, find the distance between the two ships. Here there is a lighthouse, 75-meter height, and a person who is on the top of the lighthouse observes two ships at an angle of 30° and 45°. Angle of depression is mentioned. Angle of depression in the sense the object is below the eye of the observer. So the angle of depression 30 and 45° respectively. And one ship is exactly behind the another one, and both are at the same side of the lighthouse. Find the distance between the two ships. Let's visualize the question. There is a lighthouse and a person who is on the top of the lighthouse observes two ships exactly one behind the other, and both the ships are on the same side of the lighthouse, and observes an angle of depression 30° and 45°. And he observes the first ship at an angle of depression 30° and another ship at an angle of depression 45°. We are asked to find out the distance between the ships. So let's draw the diagram. AB be the lighthouse and C and D are the positions of two ships, and the line segment or the line AE and BD are parallel. This is the line of sight and this is the ground level. Both the lines are parallel. By using alternative angle property, this angle 45 will be equal to ACB. Angle ACB will be equal to angle 45. So that we have to mark. Then angle EAD and angle ADB are equal. The same reason these two are alternate interior angles. Now let's go for calculation. Let AB be the lighthouse and the two ships be at point C and D respectively. And we have to consider in triangle ABC first. In triangle ABC, this is opposite and this is adjacent. These two sides usually we take. Then AB by BC is equal to tan 45. Then AB we know that is 75. Height of the lighthouse is given 75. So 75 divided by BC is equal to 1. Tan 45 value is 1. So when you cross multiply it, BC into 1 is BC. 75 into 1, that is 75 meter. Then in triangle ABD, bigger triangle ABD, if you take the same way with respect to this angle 30°, this is opposite and this one is adjacent. So AB by BD is equal to tan 30. AB we know that is 75. Then BD we have to split. BD we have to split as BC plus CD. This type question we have done before also. Then 75 divided by BC we already calculated, that also 75. So 75 plus CD, that is the required distance, is equal to tan 30 value 1 by root 3. That is equal to 75 plus CD, cross multiplication. 75 plus CD into 1 is 75 plus CD. 75 into root 3 is 75 root 3. So CD is equal to, this 75 will go to the right side. 75 root 3 minus 75. So CD is equal to, as I mentioned before, either you can keep 75 as it is or you can take common. So since it is a bigger quantity, I am taking 75 outside. So 75 into root 3 minus 1. Here the distance between the two ships is 75 into root 3 minus 1 meter. Next we shall discuss question number 14. The question is, a 1.2 meter tall girl spots a balloon moving with the wind in a horizontal line at a height of 88.2 meter from the ground. The angle of elevation of the balloon from the eyes of the girl at any instant is 60°. After some time, the angle of elevation reduces to 30°. Find the distance traveled by the balloon during the interval. Here, the height of the girl 1.2 meter is given to us. Since the height of the observer is given to us, the way of calculation is different. So you have to note these questions separately and you have to practice it. So the height of the girl is 1.2 meter and she is observing a moving balloon. The balloon is moving with the wind in a horizontal line. A moving balloon she is observing, and the height of the balloon is given to us from the ground, that is 88.2 meter. And first she observes the angle of elevation of the balloon, that is 60 degree. And since the balloon is moving, after some time the angle of elevation is changing from 60 to 30 degree. We are asked to calculate the distance traveled by the balloon. Here there is a diagram given to us. There is a girl standing here and she is observing at first the balloon at an angle of 60 degree, and after some time the position of the balloon is changing from here to here, and that time the angle of elevation is reducing from 60 to 30 degree, and the height of the balloon from the ground is given to us 88.2 meters. We are asked to find out the distance between the balloons. So here let's draw the diagram by using triangles. A and B are the positions of the balloons and CD be the girl. The green line shows the girl and the height of the girl is 1.2 meter. Here the difference with the previous question is, since the height is given to you, the eye of the observer is here at C. So from the eye of the observer only the angle of elevation we have to draw, not from D. Previous questions we used to draw from D, but this question we have to draw from C because C represents the eye of the observer. So at first she is observing an angle of 60 degree. After some time the balloon is moved from A to B. The angle of elevation is reduced from 60 to 30 degree. So let's mark the points E, F, G and H, and let's write the measurements, and it will be easy for us to calculate in later on. Here EF is 1.2 meter since CD, EF and GH are same. So GH also 1.2 meter, and the height of the balloon is given to us 88.2 meter. By using this length we can calculate the length of AE. The length of AF is same as BH, 88.2 meter. Here EF is 1.2 meter, so AE we can calculate by subtracting 1.2 from 88.2. So we will get as 87 meter. So AE is 87 meter means BG also 87 meter. I have not marked here. So let's go for the calculation. Let the distance traveled by the balloon be AB. So distance AB we have to calculate. So from the diagram AB and EG are equal. AB and EG are equal. First of all we have to take triangle ACE. In triangle ACE the angle is 60 degree. AE is the opposite side, CE is the adjacent side. So O by A is relation is tan. So AE by CE is equal to tan 60. So AE we have it is 87 meter by CE is unknown for us is equal to tan 60 value is root 3. Let's interchange this CE and root 3. Then CE is equal to, CE will come root 3's position and root 3 will come back to CE's position. So CE is equal to 87 by root 3. That is, denominator is irrational number, so we have to rationalize, multiply root 3 in the numerator and denominator. That is equal to 87 root 3 by root 3 into root 3 is 3. So when you cancel 3 and 87, we will get answer as 29 root 3 meters. Next, in triangle BCG, BCG if you take, angle is 30 degree, opposite side is BG, adjacent side is CG. So BG by CG is equal to tan 30. That is, BG we know that 87 because AE and BG are same length. So 87 meter is the length of AE. So BG also 87 meter. We substituted here 87 by CG is unknown for us. Let it be same. CG is equal to 1 by root 3. That is the value of tan 30. Here AE and BG are equal. They are 87 meters. Therefore CG is equal to 87 into root 3, that is 87 root 3 meter. Distance traveled by the balloon is EG. So this distance is the EG is the distance traveled by the balloon. Actually the position of balloon at first is A and at last it came to B. So AB is the distance required, but AB and EG are same. So EG we can calculate. EG is equal to total length CG minus CE. That is CG we have calculated, that is 87 root 3, and CE we have calculated 29 root 3. So 87 root 3 minus 29 root 3. So the answer is 58 root 3. Next we shall discuss question number 15. A straight highway leads to the foot of a tower. A man standing at the top of the tower observes a car as an angle of depression of 30 degree, which is approaching the foot of the tower with a uniform speed. 6 seconds later, the angle of depression of the car is found to be 60 degree. Find the time taken by the car to reach the foot of the tower from this point. Here there is a straight highway leading towards the foot of the tower, and on top of the tower there is a man who is observing a car on the road. Moving car on the road. First the angle of depression was 30 degree. After 6 seconds the angle of depression is changed from 30 to 60 degree. We have to find out the time taken by the car to reach the foot of the tower. Here when you go through the question, there is only two angles given to us. There is no other measurements are given to calculate the other values. So by using these two angles, we have to calculate the time. Let's visualize the question. There is a straight highway which is leading towards the foot of the tower, and on top of the tower there is a man who is observing the car at an angle of depression 30 degree. 6 seconds later, the car position is changed from here to here, and the angle of depression is also changing from 30 to 60 degree. We are asked to calculate the time taken to travel from this point to the foot of the tower. From this point to the foot of the tower, we have to calculate how much time is taking. Let's draw the diagram by using triangles. AB be the tower, C and D are the positions of the car. First it was at C, the angle of depression was 30 degree, and later on after 6 seconds it changed from C to D. The angle of depression also changed from 30 to 60. Here by using alternate interior angle properties we can mark 30 degree here, and 60 will come here also because these two angles are alternate interior angles. Let's go for the assumption. Let AB be the tower. Initial position of the car is C, which changes to D after 6 seconds. I have mentioned before from this diagram. In triangle ADB, here you can take the smaller triangle ADB first. With respect to this 60 degree angle, this is opposite and this one is adjacent. AB is opposite, DB is adjacent. So ratio is tan 60 is equal to AB by DB. Here AB and DB both unknown, so let it be same, AB and DB. Tan 60 is known to us, that is root 3. That is DB is equal to, just interchange DB and root 3. Root 3 will come to DB's position and DB will go to root 3's position. So DB is equal to AB by root 3. Then in triangle ABC, bigger triangle ABC we are taking, and the angle here mentioned is 30 degree. With respect to this 30, this is opposite, AB is opposite and BC is adjacent. Ratio is tan. So AB by BC is equal to tan 30. Then AB by this BC we are splitting. In the previous question also we splitted the base. Same way the BC we can split as DB plus DC. So AB by DB plus DC is equal to 1 by root 3. That is, just to cross multiply it, AB into root 3, that is AB root 3. DB plus DC into 1 is DB plus DC. That is AB root 3 is equal to this DB value we calculated and kept here, AB by root 3. So DB replace and put that value AB by root 3 plus DC. Then DC is equal to this AB by root 3 bring to the left side, that is AB root 3. This plus AB by root 3 come to the left side, it becomes minus AB by root 3. Then you can take AB common in these two. So when you take AB common from the first term, AB will come out, root 3 will be the balance, minus. Then again AB coming out means 1 by root 3 will be coming. That is AB into, then this root 3 we can take it as common LCM. So root 3 if you take common LCM, This root 3 we have to multiply with this one. So root 3 into root 3 minus 1. So root 3 into root 3 minus 1 by root 3. That is, here root 3 into root 3 is 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 into AB is 2AB. So 2AB divided by root 3. This is DC. DC in the sense that the distance of the car traveled from C to D. And here we have mentioned in the diagram, in this diagram, the time taken from this point to this point. That means the time taken to travel from C to D is 6 seconds. And the distance from C to D is 2AB by root 3. Both the diagrams you can use. The time taken to travel from C to D is 6 seconds. And the distance CD we have calculated, that is 2AB by root 3. Let's write this one. Time taken by the car to travel the distance 2AB by root 3 is 6 seconds. By combining these two, we are writing the time taken to travel the distance, that is 2AB by root 3 is 6 seconds. 6 seconds given to you in the question. We are asked to calculate the time taken to travel by the car, the distance dB, time taken by the car to travel the distance dB. This distance dB, how much time the car is taking to cover? That is what the question. Here the distance dB we calculated and kept here, AB by root 3. So AB by root 3 is the distance. Just compare this DC and dB. DC is 2AB by root 3. dB is AB by root 3. Means dB is half of DC. DC is 2AB by root 3. dB is 2 is not there, only AB by root 3. Means we can say that dB is half of DC. Once again, dB is half of DC. Means time taken to cover the distance dB means half of this distance. So the time also will be half of this time. So this distance 2AB by root 3, it took 6 seconds. Half of the distance is AB by root 3. So AB by root 3 is taking 6 by 2 seconds. So that is 3 seconds. So the required answer is 3 seconds. Move on to the last question of this exercise, that is question number 16. The angles of elevation of the top of a tower from 2 points at a distance of 4 meter and 9 meter from the base of the tower and in the same straight line with it are complementary. Prove that the height of the tower is 6 meter. Here, the angles of elevation of the top of a tower from 2 points at a distance of 4 meter and 9 meter from the base of the tower. So, suppose a person is standing in front of the tower. So the person's distance from the tower is 4 meter in the first case, and the person's distance from the foot of the tower is 9 meter in the second case. So we have to prove that the height of the tower is 6 meter. The given condition is the angles are complementary. The angles of elevations are complementary. Here if you draw the diagram, there is a tower and we can mark it as AB. Then there is a straight line which represents the ground, and C is marked and D is marked. Then C and D are the positions of those points, which is 4 meter and 9 meter from the foot of the tower. So the angle of elevations are complementary in the sense when you add these angles, you will get 90 degree. The sum of the angles are 90 degree means we are call it as complementary angles. Here one angle theta means another angle will be 90 minus theta. If you add these two angles, you can see 90 minus theta plus theta. So minus theta plus theta will be cancelled. You will get the sum as 90 degree. Because of that, these two angles are complementary angles. Here it is mentioned to you in the question, the angles are complementary. Means if you take one angle theta, the another angle will be 90 minus theta. And the distance is also given. The first point distance is 4 meter and the another distance is 9 meter. And we have to prove that the height of the tower is 6 meter. So let's go for assumption. Let AB be the tower and C and D are the points 4 meter and 9 meter away from the base of the tower. the angles are complementary because one is 90 theta means another one is 90 minus theta. Therefore, if one angle is theta, the other will be 90 minus theta. In triangle ABD, ABD is taking as before tan only the ratio opposite by adjacent. AB by BD is equal to tan theta. Then AB by BD length is mentioned in the diagram, that is 4 meter, that is equal to tan theta. Next, we have to mark it as this one, equation number 1. Then consider triangle ABC, the bigger triangle. As before, opposite adjacent angle is 90 minus theta. So AB by BC is equal to tan 90 minus theta. Then AB by BC length, we know it is 9 meter. So AB by 9 is equal to tan 90 minus theta. Just label it as equation number 2. Then equation number 1 and 2 we have to multiply. 4 by 1, equation number 1, if you take AB by 4 and left hand side of equation number 2 is AB by 9. So AB by 4 into AB by 9 is equal to, right side of first equation is tan theta and the right side of second equation is tan 90 minus theta. So tan theta into tan 90 minus theta we multiplied. Then AB into AB is AB square, 9 into 4 is 36. So tan theta into tan 90 minus theta we already learned, that is cot theta. That is AB square by 36 is equal to, we have already learned the reciprocal ratios, tan theta and cot theta are reciprocal ratios. The product is 1. Tan theta into cot theta is 1. Then AB square is equal to 36. From here AB we can calculate, that is a root of 36, that is equal to plus or minus 6. Here it is asked to calculate the height. So height of the tower is always positive, not negative. So the height cannot be negative. Therefore, the height of the tower is plus 6 meter. Dear students, today we have discussed the remaining questions from exercise 9.1 and also completed the chapter Some Applications of Trigonometry. So you must go through all the questions from the exercise and practice it well. While practicing time, if you have any doubt, please note it and keep. We will discuss it during the online session. Thank you for watching.